Do you want to increase your productivity and success as an entrepreneur? Your bedroom might just be the key. Today, I'm going to give you a sneak peek into my bedroom and show you behind the scenes how I've designed it to help me be more productive and successful as an entrepreneur. I'm going to show you nine things that are essential that you need in your bedroom. Number one is the alarm clock. I have this Lumi alarm clock. It's actually like a sunrise alarm clock, so it gets brighter and that's how it wakes me up in the morning. I love it because when I wake up, it's not that beep, beep, beep that I used to have. I have two other analog alarm clocks which do that. So every morning I wake up at 4:45 with this alarm clock. It starts getting brighter like the sun, and I wake up feeling so refreshed and energized to go about my day and just start my day off on the right foot. And then I have these two other alarm clocks that also go off at about 5 a.m. So if I'm not up and out of bed by this one, I get up and I get out of that one. And so that's like the first thing that I think is super important, having an analog alarm clock in your room. Number two, and this might be obvious, but the bed is super important. And I like to have a really simple bed that's streamlined. So I actually have this duvet cover, and it makes it very simple to get up and make my bed in the morning. Duvet cover is basically a blanket inside of a sheet, so you can actually make your bed much easier because it's all just one thing and you don't need extra blankets or anything extra. This is just everything I need to make my bed, and it just makes the whole process so much easier. And I actually just put all my covers back, I put my pillows there, and then I put my pajamas right on the bed and switch into day clothes. So that's the first thing you gotta have, is a comfortable bed so you can get the right amount of rest and get sleep that's very effective for you. Most people have a bed, but I think having a bed as an entrepreneur, you need to think about it in a streamlined fashion and it be super simple. So that's my suggestion, a simple bed. Number three is a gym bag. Might seem a little bit different, but for me, this is absolutely essential. The first step in my evening routine is actually to pack my clothes for the next day. There's a condition that all entrepreneurs should be aware of called decision fatigue, where if you have to make too many decisions, your brain just gets tired and less effective as the day goes on. So I try to limit the types of decisions that I have to make in the morning, such as what clothes that I'm gonna wear for the day. And I do that by picking the clothes that I wear the night before. There's people like Mark Zuckerberg who avoid this by literally just wearing the same thing every single day. I don't do that. The way I get around it, I put them into a gym bag. In the morning, I have my gym clothes out and ready to go. I just grab my gym clothes, go straight to the gym, work out, and then I have my clothes already picked out, ready for me to change into at the gym. So I'm all figured out, ready to go. Super essential, have this waiting for me every single morning, all packed up. Number four is a digital book or e-reader. Every night before I go to sleep, I read a book, and this is something that I used to do as a kid and I stopped doing for a while, and I got back into it. I basically spend at least 20 to 30 minutes every single night. I read fiction books, and I currently am reading the Mitch Rapp series again, which I've read before, but it's just a good story. It helps get my mind kind of winding down, and I basically just read until my eyes get tired and I'm ready to go to sleep. This thing's called digital paper. I love it. I've had it for years. You could use a Kindle, some kind of e-reader or digital book, or just a physical hard copy book if that's what you prefer. But I think having like an e-reader like this is very essential to actually get you to keep reading. And reading books, I believe, is really essential for entrepreneurs in general. So I recommend it highly. Number five is the Oura Ring. The Oura Ring is something that has made a big change in my sleep habits and my sleep cycle. It's something that tracks your sleep. Basically, it's this ring that has a data tracker on the inside. So I do wear it throughout the day, kind of to show off my engagement and everything, but actually it's my sleep ring. So this is a big thing. I'm very data driven as an entrepreneur. I think it's something that's super important to understand yourself, your time, your data, how you spend your life and how you spend your time living your life. And one of the things that's very important to me is my wake up time and my bedtime. So I don't really look into the Oura data analytics so deeply into like the sleep score, and I don't let that affect my mood or my thoughts about the day. But I like to track it and understand how I can see these big trends happening. So I notice, for example, that when I exercise, I sleep better. And when I go days where I didn't exercise or I didn't get enough time outdoors, I track all of this information and I can compare it against my wake up time and my bedtime and see how consistent it is. So it's something that's kind of just been keeping me honest with myself and keeping me honest about my sleep and my sleep habits, which is something that for me has always been a very serious issue and something that's really important to my success as an entrepreneur and my overall productivity. Number 6 is an iPad, and I love the iPad. I actually don't advocate for having electronics in my room, and I'll explain that in the next part. But with the iPad, I actually really like having access to it so I can use it as a to-do list tracker. So I have my whole daily life tracker in Notion, and that also includes my morning routine and my evening routine. And I just like going through and checking things off and clicking the box like, yes, I did this, yes, I did this, yes, I did this, every morning and every evening before I go to sleep and after I wake up, because it just helps me stay on track and do what I need to do. One of the other things that's really nice about having the iPad is that there's actually an Oura app, and I really love having access to the Oura app because it has these meditations and these nighttime kind of rituals that help me to go to bed at night. On those nights when I'm having a really difficult time, I finished reading my book and I'm just still, my mind's racing and I can't go to sleep, I like to be able to play one of the sounds on the Oura app, and that seems to help me really just disengage and eventually fall asleep. So I found the iPad to be an essential tool for my rest and for my productivity. And number 7 is something that's actually not in my room, but this is an essential part of the room, is to have a place for your phone, a kind of a bed for your phone so you can charge your phone overnight and not have it in this space. I am super adamant for myself that I cannot be on my phone in the 40 minutes before I go to bed, and at least the 40 minutes when I wake up. I need to be doing other things like my bedtime routine, my morning routine. Really, I try between 8 and 8 to not be on my cell phone at all. That's my ideal. Usually it is a little bit later, more like 9 to 8 or 9 to 7:30. It depends on the day, but I aim for that. If I can get to that, that's my ultimate goal. Being on the cell phone late at night, I've found is not helpful for me. And having a place outside of my room where I can plug in my phone and just leave it there is super, super helpful for my productivity and my wellness overall. Something I find is super essential. So get a bed for your phone that's not in your room. That's number 7. Number 8, we're almost there. This is my desk. The desk is something that is very essential for my morning routine. This desk, I don't do other kinds of work on it. I only work on the things that are allocated for my morning routine, which is my morning reading. So I actually have a bin of books here that are on my up next list, and I have set aside my current book that I'm reading and my journal. So I have this journal here, and I'm currently reading the 5 a.m. Club again. I love this book. And every morning I read a chapter of the book and I take notes. So I take these notes every single morning in this journal, and it really is something that keeps me learning and keeps me actively engaged in the morning and inspiring me to do better in my life and learning more about kind of all different topics. So I have a whole laundry list of about 100 books that I want to read by the end of the year. We'll see how far I get through it as we go. But something else that's important on my desk is water bottle. This I really drink in the morning. Is every night before I go to bed, I fill this bottle up and I drink it. And something else just to note about these things is they're both from Temple's College of Engineering. They were something I got in this box for their 50th anniversary. They gave to 50 great engineers they recognized. And so it's something that makes me feel really proud because that's one of my proudest achievements. So I think having something on your desk that you feel proud of and kind of brings you that pride, whether it's a picture of you at your graduation or a picture of you doing something nice, or just a nice token or memento, something to remind you of kind of the core being of your soul, who you are, what makes you feel positive energy. That's something super important to have on your desk too. So, but this is my setup. I have my books here, my journal, my water bottle. I sit down here and I'm ready to start the day, and I feel so great when I do my mornings just like this. Number 9, finally, you need a place to put your clothes. I have my dresser and I have a closet, and I try to keep them as minimalist as possible and only have what I need. So I have shirts in one drawer, shorts in another drawer, pajama pants in another drawer. I hang up nicer clothes in my closet and just try to keep it very simple. It's something I'm honestly still working on and eliminating, and just getting down to the minimalist attitude. What do you really need? What brings you joy? If it doesn't, get rid of it. That's a tenet that I'm trying to follow more, but it's an important part of being an entrepreneur, is that you don't let things get too cluttered and too chaotic in your room, because your environment is really important for overall your productivity. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing these 9 different things that I use in my life and my bedroom to bring me this sense of productivity and this sense of joy. And keeping it simple, keeping it just down to the minimum is what you really need to do. So that's my bedroom. I hope you enjoyed the tour and maybe got some inspiration for your own living space. Remember, your environment can have a huge impact on your productivity and your success. So it's important to design it in a way that works for you. And I've found that these 9 things are essential for me. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. If you want to learn more about how I use my bedroom environment to support both rest and productivity, be sure to check out my recent video where I go in detail about 7 ways that I stay sane as an entrepreneur. Let's thrive together as entrepreneurs. See you in the next video.